Hello my little chickadees and welcome to the Tarot Chick. I am going to be doing some readings for Aussie Theatre, which I'm very excited about. When they first approached me and asked me to do these readings, they asked me to do a weekly horoscope, which I'm not an astrologer, so I did say no. But I did suggest that with tarot I can do a weekly tarot reading, tapping into what is going on with the entertainment industry work-wise. So what I'm going to do is, instead of looking at it and going, what's coming up, what auditions are going to be coming in, or specifically asking questions like that, I'm going to do each star sign type. So we'll do air signs, earth signs, fire signs, water signs, so you can look up your own star sign. And then I'm going to do a general weekly look ahead at what work prospects are coming up for those star signs and how to tap into them. So I will leave my email address, which is admin@thetarotchick.com, if you have any specific things you'd like to know. Obviously not personal things like, will I get into Fiddler on the Roof? Because if you want to know things like that, you can book a private reading with me. You just go to thetarotchick.com and there's plenty of options, from one question readings right up to an hourly reading, and I can answer all your questions there. But if you want to have something more general, like if you do want me to say, can you look ahead at, what's it looking like for Australian theatre for shows coming into the next 6 months, or how many, what options will there be for these star signs, or even I'm happy to do, I know this is Aussie Theatre, but we're looking at, as actors, we're looking into theatre, film, TV, everything. So I will look into that as well if that's something that you're interested in. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. I can add that in. But for now, I'm just going to do a pretty general work for the next week, because I'm just doing weekly readings. And yeah, so each star sign has this little intro on it because I wanted to make sure everyone knew what was going on. So I will time stamp this, so if you're watching more than one reading, you'll know when the readings start, because you don't want to listen to this every time, listen to me crap on. But welcome. If you haven't seen me before, welcome. If you have, welcome back, and I'm looking forward to reading for you. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then they'll pop up in your inbox and tell you when they're coming up. And if you want to like me on Instagram, it's @thetarotchick. That's about it. I will get to it. Okay, I'm going to start today with air signs. I have no preference. I'm a water sign myself, but I'm not going to preference any of you, because I like all my star signs. I'm an air sign rising and moon, so I do have a little bit of air in my chart, and if you know that in yourself, then look up the other star signs, because sometimes that can influence your reading too. Today I'm going to use the Tarot Chick Hollywood deck, which is one I've created myself, which is for sale on my website, thetarotchick.com. Not plugging, but I just love them because they're different, they're quirky, and they're actually entertainment based, so it's perfect. And the other pack I'm going to use, which I just did a little shuffle of, is the Pagan Tarot, which I'll use as my clarifiers, because I've got pictures of working and stuff on them, and I quite think that coincides with what we're doing here today. So we're doing a general reading for the entertainment industry for work. If you looked at the intro, you'll know that it's not specific to anything this week, but we may get to that in the coming weeks. So you'll see first off that I can't shuffle for shit. I should have that on my website as a heading. Can't shuffle for shit. But it doesn't matter when you're picking out cards randomly. You don't really need to. Just need to concentrate on earth signs for this week ahead and see what the universe wants to tell us. Alright, so Let's see. It's coming up for air signs for this week. Oh. I make comments as I pull them out. That doesn't mean it's good or bad. It's just me commenting. Interesting. Do that, and then I'll do some clarifiers as we go. So this is your main focus this week is strengths. You got this. You got this. Drew Barrymore and her lion there. I feel like maybe you do have some auditions coming up this week, or sorry, just had a sip of my coffee. You may have some auditions or some lines to learn, or you've got, maybe you want to approach someone and talk to them about your career. I feel like it's a bit of a week of, I mean, obviously the beginning of Feb is always a time when we reflect on what's going to go on for the rest of the year, and it's a time to go, okay, I need to sort out what shit I really want to do and what I don't. I feel like you're doing that. You're sitting down and you're going, okay, what do I want to do? If you've got auditions coming up, you've just got to realize that even though you might have had a patch of not much going on, this is the time when you've got to put your self-doubts aside and go, I got this, I've done it before, I can do it again. And let's face it, every audition we go for, it doesn't come down to whether or not we're good enough. It comes down to, and I know this sounds stupid because obviously it does in some respect come down to talent, but it also comes down to matching up people. It comes down to what the casting person or the director is looking for, musical director's looking for. It comes down to who knows who. It comes down to who's taller than who. It comes down to hair colour, eye colour. It comes down to so many aspects. So you can't go in there thinking what you do in that 1 5-minute space or whatever is going to be the be all and end all of what they decide. You could go in and do an audition that blows them away and you still won't get it because they know so and so from 10 years ago and they've had her in mind since before you even walked in the door. So I feel like you need to put all that aside and just go in there with that attitude of, this time I'm the right one. And that's what this is. It's strength. It's having your own inner strength that you can do it and you are the right person. I think it's all about attitude, and I think that's what people sometimes are missing when they do an audition, is that attitude of, if you don't get me, you're missing out. And that's something that you need to focus on more. One thing that you're obviously striving for this year is buttloads of cash, aren't we all? And I feel like focusing on money can be a hinder and a help. I think it can give you drive and it can give you strength to do things, but it can also be a hinder if that's what you're focusing on as the outcome for the job. You've got to do jobs because you love it and you want to be there. And I think if you focus too much on the fact that it's going to earn you a certain amount of money or pay off whatever or whatever else, that can get into your mindset a little bit too much. And then the reason why you wanted to do it in the first place is lost. So I feel like you've got to just sometimes put that aside when you're going into the next few weeks. And maybe that's a little bit because I feel like, for some reason, I feel like some of you might be talking to agents or talking to management or meeting with agents. Maybe some of you are new, because let's face it, we're not getting the people in watching these videos that are, regulars on Wentworth or or already booked in Come From Away, because they don't want to know what's happening at the moment because they're happy and they're booked. So it's usually the people that are looking at what's going to go on next. And I feel like Some of you may be looking at representation or changing representation, and that does take strength. It takes that. You've got to take money out of the equation when you do that too, because it's all about relationships and who you get along with, and going in there and thinking, you work for me, I don't work for you, and you've got to have that you're in the power position mind, not that you're working for them. And I think that's what you need to change. Go in there with that like attitude, not a rude attitude, but an attitude. Because I feel like this is the Knight of Wands, and he's like someone who's passionate and has energy, and is like someone who's like out there and going, yeah, look at me, and I feel like you've lost that a little bit, and that was in the recent past, and I feel like you've lost a little bit of your spark, and that's what you've got to get back, is why you do it and why you love it. There is an opportunity to get something this week or hear from somebody with a bit of money, so some of you could be getting opportunities coming to you. You may have been waiting on someone could be a director producer sort of call, but I feel like there's someone with a bit of cash that's going to turn around and go, yep, you got the role, or you've got the gig. That's coming in. That's double whammy, because you've got the Eight of Wands here, which is a communication card. Both of these cards, Eight of Wands and the Six of Swords, are travel cards. So it might mean that you're traveling from where you live to, and I want to say interstate, I don't think it's overseas. Could be that you've got to fly for the audition, or you've got to go interstate for an audition, but it could also be that the job's interstate once you get it. So that's good news. I feel like it's not long till it starts either. Like it's going to be you got it, then you got to go. And then this sort of slow and steady to the top stuff starts, where you start earning money, counting your dosh, and you're feeling good, and you're feeling like you're in that position. I'm just going to pull another card. Oh my God, yeah, Six of Swords. So it's definitely some of you traveling interstate. So that's good. I want to hear about this too. If you get this reading and then you get jobs and you go interstate this week, give me a bell. admin@thetarotchick.com. Let me know how you go, or just comment after the video. We've got the Devil card. Beetlejuice. So just make sure that, I think there's two things came up for me then. When I read it, I thought, make sure you don't burn the candle at both ends, and blah blah blah. But no, I think it's make sure that you don't think that the carpet's going to be pulled from under you. I think enjoy it, and don't listen to the naysayers. There's a few people around you. You've got a few frenemies, as I call them, people that are your friends but aren't really that happy for you when good stuff happens. So just don't listen to those people, because they might do the whole, oh, it sounds good, but I haven't actually heard that, that's not going to go ahead, that show, and they've already cast so-and-so and she's already pulled out, and so it might not even happen, but yeah, have a good trip, I'm really happy for you. So fight the assholes. God, there's a lot of that going on in this reading. So I feel like enjoy it. Don't let someone dampen the attitude, is what I want to say. You've got the Three of Pentacles there. Stick to your own group of people that are happy for you, and that they are the ones that are going to give the vibe of it working and building money and it being a good thing to do. Maybe just don't talk to too many people about it. You've also got a Cups card here. She's like a Knight of Cups, and we have a girl Knight of Cups in this deck, which I really like. So she's an intuitive sort of soul, but I feel like listen to your intuition is what this card is saying. Go with your gut on it. Like if you feel like this is a good job for you, take it and be happy with it, and just don't spread the word to too many people that won't be happy for you. I think this is a good week for our signs. You've just got to stay strong and stay away from the frenemies, and get ready to pack up your bags and get into it, because it's all going to happen. it seems like definitely there's news of work coming. And yeah, you've just got to be careful who you tell and stick to your own group. That's fine. I think you'll learn that as you get older too. You stop telling people that you don't trust, because there's always some people out there that you can't rely on, shall we say. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So if it doesn't resonate for you this week, maybe next week's will. And if you find that you have more questions you want asked, you can always book a private reading. But as I said, this is general, so yeah, let me know if it works for you.